Shalom, Kal Halal, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the elect who are teaching this word in sincerity and in truth. This is the brother Yachanan from the GMS Houston camp, and this lesson is just going to be going into kind of what happened with Wi-Fi over the weekend and some of the elders from these other camps' responses. And that is generally not a good idea. Like, if you're in this truth, you need to compare your leaders to the scriptures, to what Yahushua said, to what the apostles said. They never said to, how do you say it, go out and try to start fights with these other groups, go into other protests. They never said to do any of this stuff. They never said to double down and to choose violence. Is always to make sure the ministry is blameless. And the point of this is to be blameless. You want to be blameless, and you want the ministry to be blameless. You don't want any spots, any blemishes. We we understand the kingdom is coming, and with that knowledge, you get how do you call it, anxious and want to act out whatever to hurry up and bring the kingdom. But the scriptures calls for us to be patient. So this is Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 16. For the leaders of this people caused them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. So the leadership of these other groups that don't have any how do you call it, foresight into that it's not a good idea to, wherever protests or the spirits are raised up, not to go there and to egg them on. What I saw one video, this guy had cut clips out of what Wi-Fi was saying. It said, that the Lord is going to protect us and all this while egging on these other things. Well, you're oh man, I forgot the word. You're basically testing the Lord, and that's a big no-no. But anyway, for the leaders causes people, or for the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. So everybody that's following these carnal Israelites is going to be destroyed. It's simple. The leaders are going to be destroyed, and the people are, the people that follow them. And anyway, let me just continue. This is 2 Corinthians verse 6. Second Corinthians chapter 6, verse 3. Giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed. But, matter of fact, let me stop right there. Let me get that word blamed. This is G3469. Mo Ma'omai. Mo Ma'omai says to censor or blame, to find with fault. And matter of fact, I got that pulled up in the Edamon right now. To be blameless, not meriting disapprobation or censor without fault. So let me look up that word right here. Well, I didn't want to do that. Just want to select it. So to be the state of total disapproval or condemnation. Oops. It's like all over the place right now. Censor, a formal state of disapproval in the form of a revolution that is adopted by a majority vote. So this total disapproval, we want to be found blameless. We don't want to be disapproved by anybody, even though we're surrounded by heathens and wicked nations and all that. In a foreign land, We have a responsibility to be spotless, to be blameless. This is verse 4. But in all things, approving ourselves as the ministers of the Most High Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, in much patience, in afflictions, in necessities, in distresses, in stripes, in imprisonments, in tumults, in labors, in watchings, in fastings. So in all these things, you don't want to be blamed. Like, you don't want to be holding the ministry at fault for anything, meaning that we weren't taught to do this, or even meaning, better yet, that in our sufferings, like, we're suffering not because we did something wrong, but because we're suffering for righteousness' sake. And all these things, like, we're suffering for righteousness' sake, like, not because we went out and egged on some Palestinians in a conflict that has nothing to do with us right now. Not getting in the middle of something and then all mad that somebody hit us or something like that, or that something happened to us. Like, man, what the fuck are you doing out there? That's the first thing somebody's gonna ask you. What were you doing? But let me continue. And there's so many scriptures about being blameless. Blameless. Don't let the ministry be blamed. Don't. It's a big responsibility. And if all you're worried about is, look, we're not no cowards, all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. We get that. You're not a coward, whatever. But the doctrine says don't let the ministry be blamed. Don't go around trying to fight all these other nations. The Lord is going to fight for you. All we had to do is preach this word. It's not it's not that big of a, what's the word slips my mind right now. But this is 2 Peter chapter 3, and I'll start at verse, verse 13. No, did the same thing. This is 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 13. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. And this is what we're looking for. We're looking for a new kingdom, the kingdom of heaven, New Jerusalem, for Yahweh's return. We're not looking to start any conflicts with these other nations right now, because what's the point? Like, we have no army, we have no military. The weakest of these nations are going to run over us. You try go up against Esau. Esau got direct energy weapons. They're releasing modified mosquitoes, modified bugs into your area. What are you going to do? Verse 14. And plus, we're not looking to rule here. We're not looking for anything here. We're preaching the word to bring down this kingdom, to usher in the kingdom to come. And we're looking for a refreshed earth. All we got to do is be patient and wait this out. Wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace, without spot and blameless. There's another blameless. And account that the long suffering of our Lord, who Yahushai, is salvation. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking to be salvaged, to be saved out of this. Not to have glory or a name on this side. Yeah, I was a valiant man and I stood up against those Palestinians who were fighting over our land. And yeah, man, whatever, man. They can have that stuff right now. Because when Yahushai comes, all that shit is going to be off the table. They're going to be wiped out. And Yahushua can do way more than any of you niggas can. Even as our beloved Peter, or Slakia, even as our beloved brother Paul also, according to the wisdom given unto him, have written unto you. And I'll just finish out the verse, because us suffering for the Lord is going to lead to our salvation. And this is another one. This is Philippians 2:14. Do all things without murmurings and disputings. And that's within the ministry. No back talking, none of this, whatever. But the point is that ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world. So we are looking to be blameless. We know there's agent provocateurs. We know there's all kinds of people out there that look to stain the ministry, but the objective is to remain blameless, so we can retain to salvation, so we can look and be glad that our salvation is coming. So we're not looking to get in conflicts with all these different groups of people. Not right now. What's the point? Yeah, we read them their judgment and all this, but really we're trying to get our people, the elect of our people, to hear the word. And that's all you need to do is preach the word. You don't need to go to all these things. I don't need to go outside of a church or at a protest or anything like that in a high where the spirits are raised up and there's a conflict. No, I don't need to do that. I don't need to have a megaphone. None of us need to have a megaphone. We use our voice. Lift your voice up like a trumpet. It's like we don't need any of these extra gimmicks and stuff like that. Like, all you need to do is preach the word and be blameless. Continuing on. This is Romans 16:17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. So let's look at that word mark. This is G4648, scopeo, to take aim, to regard, to consider, to look at, to observe, to contemplate, to fix one's eyes upon, direct one's attention to take heed of thyself. So we're supposed to look at these people. We're supposed to mark them, point them out. Like, look, this isn't what Yahushua taught us. This isn't what his apostles continued on teaching. This isn't what was written in the scriptures for us to do. Like, so we mark them. So this is what we got to do. We got to mark them. You rebuke them so they can, Lord willing, fall back in line. For they that are such serve not our Lord Yahushai Hamashiach, but their own belly, and by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts of the simple. And the simple believeth every word and are punished. Or hold on, I think I mixed up two scriptures. The simple believeth every word. This is Proverbs 14:15. The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his goings. And if you're prudent, you're gonna know that, like, nah, this ain't right. This isn't this path of carnally seeking the kingdom. seeking something in the kingdom, in a place that is going to be destroyed, isn't the right path to go. You know. And then this is the other one. There we go. This is Proverbs 22 and verse 3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Hey, and you people that are following them, y'all are simple. As in, let me see what that word simple means. H6612 Pathaya. Foolish, naive, or naivete, foolish, open minded. And open minded is foolish too. Man, or associated with it. But yeah, y'all are very simple. Let's look at this word prudent. H6175 Ira Wam. This is crafty, subtle, shrewd, sly, sensible. So you're gonna have enough sense to be like, like nah, that's not right. Like something that's off, because that's not what we learn in the scriptures. The scriptures is the wisdom. So scriptures is guides you to wisdom. But this is Exodus 23 and verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. And so these leaders, they're going to cause a whole multitude of people to fall, and you are not to follow after them. And as for these other nations, we don't really need to do anything to them, because Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he already has them in the trick bag. We don't need to raise up against these nations right now. All we need to do is preach the word. So I think I'm gonna, oops, Salaki, I think I'm gonna go ahead and close out. This is Proverbs 24 and 13. As a proverb of the ancients, as saith the proverb of the ancients, wickedness proceedeth from the wicked, but mine hand shall not be upon thee. And this is the attitude to have towards these other nations and towards these other Israelite groups. Even though you call GMS cowards and stuff like that for not wanting to jump in and go knock these other nations upside the head, it's not the time. So wickedness proceedeth from the wicked, but mine hand shall not be upon thee. So, hey, let these other nations do what they do. Let's stay out of it. Don't want nothing to do with them. Just keep preaching the word. That's all you got to do. It's simple. Simple as that. I'm going to say shalom.